Hello, everybody. My name is Rajiv Jani. I live in Canada and you're watching Healing at Will. And today I want to talk to you about a very, very, very important topic for anxiety, worry. Before we go further, if you're watching this video for the first time, I just want to let you know that we are doing daily free healing sessions using Ho'oponopono and few other methods. So if you are interested to come and practice with us, you can click the link here, which I've given in the description of this video, and join our WhatsApp group so you can start practicing with us again. So let's go back to the topic of anxiety. Let me ask you a question. How many times have you worried yourself sick? Sick means you worried so much that you felt really sick. How many times have you created those worst case scenarios in your head? Even you lost sleep over them. You probably felt your heart race only to wake up the next day and realize nothing happened. And did you stop after that? No. You just found something else to worry about, isn't it? I know it feels involuntary. Like it's, the way I see it, it looks like an endless conveyor belt of doom's creation in your mind. One problem gone, another enters. And the cycle never stops. And worry, unfortunately, has become so ingrained in most people's systems that we don't even question it anymore. You wake up worrying, you go to bed worrying, and in between, your mind is constantly scanning for the next thing to stress about. Anxiety is not living, it's a programming, it's a conditioning. Something you have rehearsed over and over again unconsciously, and it feels very normal. But it is not normal. If you are worrying a lot, your mind is running the algorithm of anxiety, just like a social media. Have you ever gone to YouTube or Facebook or Instagram and you clicked one particular video? Did you notice that the Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, they will keep on now sending you all the other videos which are similar to what you have clicked in the beginning? So they are feeding you more of what you engage with. Your mind does something similar. It scans your past. It collects every moment of fear, stress, and uncertainty, and it keeps presenting you back to you on a repeat mode. It's kind of a loop. It's like a AI system trained on your worst experiences, and it keeps on replaying old memories, old data, anticipating disaster, and filtering out anything that contradicts the fear narrative. It's constantly searching for evidence to confirm your worries. If you are afraid of failure, your mind highlights past mistakes. If you fear rejection, your mind reminds you of every time you felt left out. If you think the worst is coming, your mind filters reality to prove that you are absolutely right. And just like an algorithm creates a bubble around you, anxiety does the same thing. You stop seeing possibilities. You dwell in the past and then project onto the future. You keep manifesting your past over and over again, even though the scenario, people, situation change. You stop seeing the actual present moment. Why? Because your mind has trapped you in a customized reality of fear. But just as you can break out of the internet algorithm by choosing a different content or stop watching it altogether, you can break out of the anxiety algorithm too by seeing it for what it is, a system running on past inputs and data, but not reality. Now, here is the deeper truth. We don't just experience worry, we have become identified with it. And the moment you identify with something that you are not, your mind is in a constant diarrhea. And it will do everything in its power to protect it because you've told this quantum computer mind of yours that worrying is important And what does the mind do with something important? It keeps feeding it again and again and again. It churns up more stress, more anxiety, more fear, thinking that it is going to protect you. And this is the character of anxiety, the mental grooves, the unconscious patterns that keep running simply because they have never been questioned or they have never been brought to the light of awareness. Anxiety is not random. Worry is not inevitable. It is not some external force that is attacking you. Anxiety is self created. Now, here is the good news. If you are creating anxiety, you can also stop it, isn't it? That feels a little bit more empowering. It can be undone, it can be clean. And today, we are going to break the illusion of worry once and for all. So, what you have understood about anxiety so far? What is anxiety really? Anxiety is your mind's response to a perceived danger. It doesn't matter whether the danger is real or imaginary. Your mind reacts the same way. If a wild animal charges you, your body panics. But if you simply sit here in the comfort of your room and imagine that you are being attacked, your body panics just the same way. And that is what is happening in your mind right now. Out of control imagination. Your mind is treating a thought or a pattern of thinking as if it was a threat. I know it sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But this is exactly what happens. When you find yourself worrying incessantly, your imagination is triggering a survival response based on past data. Your mind worries because it thinks worry keeps you safe. It tells you, if I just worry enough, I will prevent bad things from happening. If I stay on high alert, I will never be caught off guard. I will always be prepared. And worry is a fear based frequency that keeps you in a way of thinking that is not productive or in any way conducive to well being. It keeps your nervous system in a constant state of stress. Worry is not problem solving, it is the opposite of it. It's the distorted, maladaptive attempt at control, one that traps you in a loop of reactivity instead of creativity. And that's why we must raise our consciousness to see the bigger picture. Your mind was never designed to be a survival mechanism. It was designed to be a tool for creation, for innovation, and as an expression of divinity. But then, when worry takes over, your mind forgets its true purpose. Instead of creating new possibilities, it loops through old fears. Instead of expanding, it contracts and thinks it is a physical thing. Instead of seeing opportunities, it sees only threats and problems. And your survival mind has only one trick: it convinces you that worrying is useful. So let's free your mind of this perceived value of worrying. The first step is to recognize the difference between worry and problem solving. If worrying actually solves problems, we will all be millionaires with the perfect lives. But ask yourself honestly, has worrying ever actually fixed or solved anything for me? Most of us treat worry like some kind of magic, insurance policy, as if obsessing over something will somehow prevent it from happening. Have you noticed that? But that's not true. So let's get one thing clear: worry and problem solving are two completely different things. Problem solving is a conscious process. And if you truly want to solve a problem, you must first recognize what a problem is. A problem is a thought, a judgment, an old memory replaying itself. It's not something that's happening out there because there is no out there. It is some internal limited belief that is being triggered inside of you. When you recognize what a problem is, the solution naturally presents itself. Because if a problem is just a thought or a way of thinking, like creating worst case scenarios, then you don't need to fix it. You just need to clear and clean it by not identifying with it. If a problem is just a judgment, then you don't need to fight it. You need to question it. If there is no value to that judgment, it will leave you. If the problem is just a memory that is replaying again and again, then you don't need to resist it. You just need to see it, that you are not stuck into it. So let's take a deeper look at the problem of worry, program of worry. Worry is repetitive. It is a compulsive self-feeding loop. You worry, then you catastrophize, and then you start worrying about the fact that you are worrying. And then you judge yourself even more. And before you know it, you are drowning in it without actually solving anything at all. So ask yourself right now, am I solving a problem? Or am I just looping through the same fear again and again and again and again? Because if you're stuck in a fear, you're not resolving anything. You're just feeding anxiety. So in Ho'oponopono, your only responsibility is to clean. It is to clear the mind of these old looping memories. You are saying, I'm sorry to the part of you that is stuck in this illusion. You are acknowledging an error in your identification. You're saying, please forgive me for carrying this old program unknowingly, without questioning it. You are saying thank you for another opportunity to release, to no longer identify with this program. And you are saying, I love you, to bring yourself back to peace, back to clarity, to your nature, your true nature. So if you are not your worry, then who are you? Let me ask this question to you. Who is the you that is worried? Right now, you may say, I am anxious. But who is this I that is anxious? Look closely. Isn't this I that is anxious just another thought? If you can observe the thought, then you cannot be the thought. Thoughts come and go, but you remain. And the moment you see this, your ego will probably start to panic. Why? Because if you're not your thoughts, if you're not your worries, or the data, or the memories, then who are you? The ego desperately needs an answer. But here is the catch. It can only define itself through thoughts, labels, and past references. The ego is a denial of zero state. And in Ho'oponopono, the zero state is that there is no past history. Zero is terrifying to an identity built on data, memories, and concepts. Zero means nothing to grasp onto. Zero means no past to reference, no future to obsess over. Zero means just pure presence, unlimited potential. So now that we have dismantled worry, let's go one step further. If you are not your worries and you are not your thoughts, then what is this thing called mind? Your mind is like a virtual reality headset. Right now, you have been walking around your whole life wearing this virtual reality headset that shapes what you see, feel, and believe. This headset is loaded with past programming, memories, beliefs, fears, self doubt, societal expectations. And because you have been wearing this headset for so long, you think it is you. And you think the world it shows you is real. And you think you are the character in the situation. But what happens the moment you realize that you are just wearing the headset? Suddenly there is a choice. If you want to, you can now adjust the settings and experience a different reality. You can delete the old filters, rewrite the algorithm, or if you're ready, you can just take the whole damn thing out and just be. And so you do it. You take off the headset and then you blink. Maybe you look around and it's hilarious because you realize you're never stuck. You're never the character inside the game. You're always been you. And like someone who's been screaming during a horror movie. Let's say you go out and watch a horror movie in the theater and you've been screaming in the theater only to suddenly remember, wait a minute, I'm in the theater. I'm completely safe. It's just the movie, the program being played. And that is why awakening is often accompanied by laughter. Why? Because you see the joke you have played on yourself. You were not trapped. You were not lost. You were not broken. You just forgot. And when you see it, when you truly, really see it, what is there to fix then? What is there to fight? What is there to worry about? Nothing. And in that nothingness, in zero state, you are absolutely free. You are free to create, not from fear, not from compulsiveness, not from a need to fix or control, but from what truly calls you. You start living now in a real sense. I hope this was helpful. And now onwards, next time, when you worry, remember this: you are not the worry. Worry is just a program that is running through you. And if you can differentiate between you and worry, it will be even more easier for you to understand uh, and create that peace that you really are looking for. So thank you for giving me a chance to serve you today, and I will see you on the next video.